The Unsinkable Molly Brown is a raucous, high-spirited musical which tells the rags-to-riches story of one of Denver society's most colorful characters. Molly Brown, a ragamuffin who began life as Molly Tobin in a hillbilly shanty in Hannibal, Missouri, wanted to marry a millionaire and become a lady. Molly moves to Colorado, where she meets and marries Leadville Johnny Brown, discoverer of America's richest silver mines.
Beautiful people of Denver.
The couple tries their best to crash Denver society, but are snubbed until Molly receives international fame for her heroics on one of the Titanic's few rescued lifeboats. Actress Barbara Henson, who made her first appearance on the lyric stage in 1965 at the age of 12, takes on the demanding role of Molly Brown.
I have 9 songs, and I sing some of these while I'm dancing around with mops and pails on my head. I have 17 costume changes. Costumes are fabulous. James J. did a beautiful job. And it's the most exhausting show I've ever done. It is a star vehicle. Debbie Reynolds did it in the film, and it's a lot easier. You can say, cut, catch your breath.
Barbara, who energetically sings, dances, and acts her way through most of the show's 24 scenes, has grown to love and respect her character.
She is a lady insofar as she sticks to her ideals. She's honest, she doesn't lie, and she realizes her true priorities, which are, it's a little sappy, but true. She goes back to her roots.
The Unsinkable Molly Brown continues tonight through July 21st in the Kirkpatrick Fine Arts Auditorium at Oklahoma City University. This is Carrie Robertson, News 4. In the high-spirited musical The Unsinkable Molly Brown, the plot centers, of course, on Molly, a ragamuffin who began life in a hillbilly shanty in Hannibal, Missouri. She moves to Colorado, where she meets and marries Leadville Johnny Brown, discoverer of America's richest silver mines. The couple tries to crash Denver society and are never fully accepted until Molly achieves international fame for her bravery as a survivor of the Titanic. The real Molly Brown developed a taste for expensive clothes and exotic furs, which she enjoyed parading through Denver's fashionable areas to impress the socially elite. The stage Molly Brown is likewise adorned with exquisite costumes due to the creative talents of Lyric Theater's costume designer James J., who is responsible for costuming Lyric's 5 shows, which use 700 to 1,000 costumes per season. The Unsinkable Molly Brown is the costume show of the summer at Lyric and has been a challenge to James and his staff of 10.
We have a little over 400 costumes, about 150 hats, feather headpieces, jewelry, long white gloves, everything. When the costumes come in from New York, they're in bits and pieces, and they all have to be redressed and retrimmed and altered and made to fit and look good on the person who's wearing them. Molly's got 17 costume changes. That's 18 costumes. Her quickest costume change is about 40 seconds. And her big changes when she goes from Leadville to her first party scene, she's got to change makeup, hair, costume, everything in about 3 minutes.
Wow.
And cross over from one side of the stage to the other in the basement.
Lyric's sparkling and brassy production of The Unsinkable Molly Brown stars Barbara Henson and Reginald Unterseyer. It continues tonight through Saturday at Lyric Theater. Carrie Robertson, News 4. '84 marks the 50th anniversary of the classic American musical Anything Goes. It was the musical that made Ethel Merman a star and also established Cole Porter as one of America's top songwriters. In this lively musical, anything goes aboard ship when a stowaway, Public Enemy number 13, an evangelist turned nightclub singer, a very proper Englishman, a society matron, and her debutante daughter all collide on the high seas. Actress Deborah Bluford takes on the challenging role of nightclub singer Reno Sweeney, the role written in 1934 for the unique voice and style of Ethel Merman.
Talk about pressure when you perform them. Everybody knows what they sound like. And, you know, I can kind of freak myself out. Oh no, they're all expecting something, and that's been hard to fight too, being so familiar with all the music, you know, and having to go up and compete with Ethel Merman.
Lyric veteran Terry Cook returns from New York City to play the stowaway Billy Crocker.
He's a young businessman that is in love with Hope Harcourt, and he has met her one evening very briefly, and they fell instantly in love. And he is seeing his boss off on the boat. And he happens to run into her, and he finds out she is engaged to another person, Sir Evelyn. So he decides to be a stowaway on the ship and win her hand, and that's what the show is all about.
Anything Goes keeps the entire cast of zany characters hopping from one fun-filled number to another. In the words of Cole Porter himself,
it's dilemma, it's delimit, it's deluxe, it's delove.
Carrie Robertson, News 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Cooksey.
I went flying night. I started reading Jacksonville Times.
Danny Cooksey from Moore, Oklahoma, is fast becoming Oklahoma's pint-sized superstar. This red-haired, freckled-faced charmer has been singing professionally throughout the country since he was 5. At the ripe old age of 8, Danny has a fan club, a personal manager, and a theatrical agent.
Wait a minute. Where do these 3 dummies live?
In New York.
On Park Avenue?
Oops.
Last spring, Danny Cooksey was chosen to play the role of Gary Coleman's new stepbrother on NBC's popular comedy series, Different Strokes. For Danny, the moment he found out he had won the role is one he'll never forget.
I was dozed off. I was just standing there, almost fall asleep, and the telephone rang. And Mama goes, hello? She screams because she goes, oh, goody. And I go, huh? And I wake up. She hangs the telephone up, and she said she got the part. I was jumping up across the beds. That woke me up.
This summer, Danny has spent a great deal of time in Hollywood for the taping of Different Strokes fall shows. Back home and away from the glitter of show business, Danny enjoys spending time with his parents, Melody and Danny Cooksey. As proud parents, the Cookseys feel it's very important to not let stardom interfere with their life as a family.
He's our son first, and I want him to grow up to be responsible, respectable adult. And that concerns me to begin with. So when he misbehaves, he's disciplined. And I don't care how big he gets, he's my son first.
Danny has performed with some of the biggest stars in the business. Last year when Danny sang with singer Johnny Lee on Fantasy, he received some very good advice.
He said, you can't hit the ball if you don't swing the bat. And if you don't get out there and do it, you're not going to get anywhere. So you think she's fine, that she's a kind that needs to be a winner.
Danny is a very talented and competent young man who knows exactly what he wants out of life.
And when I get older, I just want to still be doing different strokes still and singing my little heart out. Don't you love the odds are against you?
Carrie Robertson, News 4. From her beginnings as a dirt-poor coal miner's daughter, Loretta Lynn has risen to the pinnacle of success as the First Lady of country music. Over the past 23 years, Loretta's songs have told the story of her own courage and spirit. Fighting, loving, and having babies are well-known themes of her music.
I like to sing about things that happen. I like to tell a story about what's happening to me or what's happening to somebody that I know. I like to draw pictures. I get so much mail and from women that want to tell me their problem and to want me to help solve it because I have sang about it, you know. So a lot of times I will talk to the fans and we will try to solve a problem.
It's no wonder that Loretta Lynn is one of the most admired women in the world. She raised 6 children, recorded over 30 albums, and was the first woman to receive the coveted Country Music Association's Entertainer of the Year. In 1977, her autobiography, The Coal Miner's Daughter, appeared on the New York Times bestseller list and was later made into an award-winning movie. One must ask, what is the driving force behind Loretta Lynn?
Well, I think probably if it wasn't singing, it would have been something else, and I'd have worked just as hard at it to have achieved whatever I wanted to do.
Lucky for her millions of fans, Loretta chose to sing. And it's obvious from their applause that this warm and gracious woman means a great deal to them.
Miss Loretta Lynn.
Carrie Robertson, News 4. Theater treats Oklahomans to a glittering full-scale production of the Cole Porter musical Anything Goes. The show made Ethel Merman a star and became one of Porter's biggest hits. Audiences tapped their toes to the many top Porter hits featured in the show, including You're the Top, It's Still Lovely, Friendship, and Blow Gabriel Blow. The show has an abundance of exciting production numbers which come to life through the talents of lyrics choreographer Michael Perrier from New York.
A musical was done in '34 when America was very innocent then, so the singers sang and the dancers danced, and that's basically what we're doing here. We have tap, we have canes, we have, you call them contrivances. They are indeed, and they're fun.
In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking. Now heaven knows, anything goes.
It's like the old-fashioned production number. The star comes on, she begins the numbers, the dancers come on, they dance, the star reappears, finishes the number, the dancers dance a little bit more, and then she appears again. Actually, she doesn't finish the number. She comes back after the dancers, yet dance again. and she poses.
Anything Goes with its cast of zany characters continues tonight through Saturday at Lyric Theater in OCU's Kirkpatrick Auditorium. It's fun entertainment for the entire family. Carrie Robertson, News 4.
How do you work?
Based on the real-life relationship between award-winning composer Marvin Hamlish and lyricist Carol Bayer Sager, They're Playing Our Song is the story of the ups and downs of the relationship that develops between a successful songwriter and a not-so-successful lyricist once they begin collaborating on songs. Actor Don Richards takes on the challenging Marvin Hamlish character, Vernon Gersh.
He's a composer, very well-known composer in the show. He has won Tony Award, Academy Award, not Tony Award, Academy Award, and won Grammy Awards. So he's like a great composer. Everyone loves his music, and as Sonia says in the show, you can't sit in a dentist chair without hearing one of his songs play.
Sonia Walsk, the Carol Bayer Sager's character, is played by actress Elaine Fleiderer.
She's a whirlwind. As a matter of fact, in the stage directions, right after the exit, it says, "And she is gone." He stands there, numbed by his experience.
Elaine and Don's onstage chemistry creates a special energy and magic, which is the result of their offstage mutual admiration for each other.
Elaine is incredible. Incredible energy, incredible enthusiasm. She can keep me on track. It's because of all the energy she's pushing out. Sometimes if I get tired, I just try to hook in on her energy, and she can carry 5 or 6 of it.
There's a lot of people you get on stage with, and it's like they're doing their show and you're doing your show, and every place you'll meet. But with Don, it's definitely a give and take. He's definitely an actor, which makes a difference. And I just love working with him.
They're Playing Our Song is Lyric Theater's last show of the season, and it runs tonight through August 18th in OCU's Kirkpatrick Fine Arts Auditorium. I'm Carrie Robertson for News 4.
Period.
Listen, there's this great little game that we play in Akron. It goes like this. You know it?
Is that as far as you want?
Well, how proud you are.
I hope.
It's jolly.
Alexander Juluan has gained international recognition as a master colorist and designer of his own fabrics, from the threads to the finished product.
The most important look for fall is finally we're coming to a, both in menswear and womenswear, a chance for people to express themselves. As long as it makes sense for you. The most important rule of fashion is to wear what you like. Textile as an art form is what my act is, and I started designing cloth before I knew how to weave. I try to make people more touchable. I think that's important. To put together outfits that don't say Alexander Juluan, they say you.
Alexander Julian's exciting fashion show will benefit the Omniplex Heart and Lung exhibit, which is now in development.
The Heart and Lung exhibit was developed during the past 2 years. The idea was conceived by pediatric physicians at the University of Oklahoma Health Science Center. $215,000 is necessary to construct the exhibit. When people go through the exhibit, they will follow the actual course of the blood as it goes through the heart, and they will encounter various exhibits that explain things about the heart and lungs.
Tickets to Wednesday's 12 o'clock luncheon and fashion show at the center are $25 and may be purchased at the door or by calling the Omniplex at 840-3661. Carrie Robertson, News 4.
You're having dinner with Tom Cudahy?
That's right.
Wait a second, I thought you said you were through with men.
I said men I can't trust.
Candice Earley is recognized by millions of television viewers as one of the stars of daytime TV drama, where she has successfully played a brazen yet vulnerable, streetwise young woman for the past 8 months. As a stage performer, Candice Earley has starred on Broadway in Hair, Jesus Christ Superstar, and Grease. To what does Candice attribute most of her success?
It is almost totally luck in the getting of the job. That's how I've gotten most of my jobs. I'll be walking down the street and a friend of mine will be stage managing Jesus Christ Superstar in 1972. What are you doing? Well, I'm in Hair on 45th Street. Well, we need you in Superstar. Fine. I believe it takes talent, dedication, drive, and determination to keep the job.
Candice is back in Oklahoma to visit friends and family and to perform in a very special benefit concert.
4 years ago, a dear friend of mine and my family's and Lawton's and the arts in general, a friend of Oklahoma, Bill Crawford, who was the arts and entertainment editor of the Lawton Constitution newspaper, died. We decided shortly thereafter that we would establish a scholarship fund in his name to benefit seniors from each of the high schools in Lawton who wanted to go into the performing arts. And we raise money through a concert that I do every year in Lawton.
The concert, entitled Early in the Evening, will be held in Lawton's Community Theater at 8 p.m. August 17th and 18th. Carrie Robertson, News 4.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
Hello, Oklahoma! Please make welcome Micheal Murphy and the Great American Honky Tonk Band.
She came to me, said she knew me, said she'd known me a long time. And she spoke of being in love with every mountain.
Could we have a shirt for her so that he could be taking it off or something?
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be in a soap opera? This is Carrie Robertson inviting you to join me Monday through Wednesday for the News 4 series Behind the Soaps. Meet the stars of NBC's Santa Barbara and follow me on to the set for a cameo performance on Behind the Soaps.
have a shirt for her so that he could be taking it off or something?
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be in a soap opera? This is Carrie Robertson inviting you to join me Tuesday and Wednesday for the News 4 series Behind the Soaps. Meet the stars of NBC Santa Barbara and follow me onto the set for a cameo performance on Behind the Soaps.
Could we have a shirt for her so that he could be taking it off or something?
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be in a soap opera? This is Carrie Robertson inviting you to join me Wednesday for the News 4 series Behind the Soaps. Meet the stars of NBC Santa Barbara and follow me onto the set for a cameo performance on Behind the Soaps. For the past 30 years, Pat Van Patten's #1 commitment has been to her family. Yet before marrying Dick, she brightened the New York stage and television scene as a June Taylor dancer on The Jackie Gleason Show. When they ran into each other between rehearsals one day, they rekindled a childhood friendship that became love at first sight for Dick.
He pointed at me in the rehearsal hall and he said to the director, Ralph Nelson, he said, "I would marry that girl tomorrow." And he says, "Oh, come on, Dickie." And he came over to me and he says, "Hi, I'm Dick Van Patten." And I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Pat Poole." And we were in the 8th grade together. I said, "Are you married?" He says, "No, are you?" I said, "No, but I'm engaged." And he didn't know what to do. And but he figured something out. And eventually we got married.
Considering that many show business marriages fail, how have Pat and Dick managed to create a successful and long-lasting relationship?
Well, I think the fact that Dick and I were in show business our whole lives, and both our parents were divorced. And so when we got married, we took it very seriously, and we knew the hazards of divorce on children and everything, and it was just very important to us. And I think doing things with our kids, and Dickie's he loves to play, and he loves to play with the kids, and sports-minded, and got them into sports and everything. And then we all got into tennis together, and the kids got good, and we stayed average.
Their 3 sons, Nels, Jim, and Vince, have all distinguished themselves in the field of acting and professional tennis. Now that she's raised her family, Pat has more time to devote to her own interests.
Well, I'm here in Oklahoma because Lever Brothers has a new great laundry detergent, and I'm their representative. I became a numerologist, and that got me on TV talking about numerology, which is a very big interest of mine. I find it fascinating. And, well, I have done a little choreography. I did some for Farrah Fawcett on Charlie's Angels and this and that. But actually, I'm enjoying more talking now. I found out I could talk.
It's nice to be able to make money talking. I know. I'm in the same business.
Isn't it fun?
Yes, it is. I get it going.
Actress Nell Carter always wanted to sing and act and be a star. At age 6, she performed for anyone who would listen. Today, she is a star and performs for millions of TV viewers on NBC's Gimme a Break.
Well, blow them out. Blow them out? They don't have that many candles in the Vatican.
For the past 3 years, Nell has portrayed the strong-willed and sometimes impossible housekeeper who became a part of the family and a substitute mother for 4 children.
How has your character Nell changed over the past 3 years?
One, oh boy, this is awfully personal. How can I answer this and still be cute? Let's see.
I didn't know it was going to be that personal.
No, my character started to lose weight, which put such a guilt complex on me. I thought I better lose it so I could look the part. And other things, my character also started caring about herself more. And I went through a period where I didn't care very much about Nell as a person, and now I do. There are a lot of things that I'm finding out that through my character that I just never knew, because I was living this cocoon of being, hey, you're Nell Carter, the star, you're not supposed to do this. But I wasn't enjoying being Nell Carter. I'm sorry.
Unlike her character who laments over growing older, Nell considers her last birthday a turning point in her life.
Oh, well, I shouldn't complain. I've lived a good life. Memories all alone in the moonlight. I can smile at the old days. I was beautiful.
I recently had my 36th birthday, and all of a sudden I feel this great urgency, like I'm on this highway of life and I want to get it right.
Give Me a Break can be seen Saturday evenings on Channel 4 at 8 p.m. Carrie Robertson, News 4.
Care whether you get home. See, that's a big difference. I used to care, let me drop you off at home, but my heart wasn't there. Now I really care if you're sick. That sounds cruel. It's a great evolution, right? But what I'm saying is that I really am more interested in not mankind, but another human being. And I really care what you think of yourself more than what you think of me. Does that make sense to you?
Amen.
You know?
Yeah.
I would rather
I can relate.
I would rather